Hoping that you all are doing well. Let's today we discuss the one of the most important heated topic of 21st century, the artificial intelligence and the intellectual property law. F the then What is the artificial intelligence? Most people are confused, so I'll give a brief idea about the artificial intelligence and the conflict with the intellectual property law, which is the most important domain where it will directly hit or the conflict will arise. So, endeavors to make human life comfortable have resulted in the birth of artificial intelligence. In this era of advanced technology, artificial intelligence has gained popularity. Along with being a blessing for the generation, it has posed serious challenges to the intellectual property rights, including both patent and copyright. This lecture highlights the importance of artificial intelligence and the involvement of intellectual property rights in it. Technology has now become an integral part of human life. It has come up to make life easier and comfortable. Artificial intelligence systems have sophisticated software enabled in them, which lets them do almost every task, either simple or complicated. With the growth of new technologies, the need for creating more laws has been witnessed. Artificial intelligence can also lead to new inventions and even creative works, which brings into light whether such works should be granted patent rights and copyright like it is granted in case of human beings. So, artificial intelligence is the intelligence that is shown by machines in contrast to the natural intelligence that is displayed by humans and other animals. Artificial intelligence systems can also take decisions by themselves. The term artificial intelligence was formally coined by Mr. John McCarthy, a computer scientist, at the conference in 1956. According to him, it was the notion of a program processing and acting on information such that the result is parallel to how an intelligent person would respond to in response to a similar input. Artificial intelligence system finds the best way to solve a problem or perform a task based on whatever it has learned earlier or to save whatever is stored in it previously. For example, if a machine has been trained to recognize various objects, a machine learning model is made and stored in the machine. Such model contains the image of various objects, right? The machine is facilitated learning from such model. As a result, when any such object present in the model is shown to the machine, it recognizes it, right? Have you experienced it? So this is the mode of working of artificial intelligence. Then the question arises: what happens when the machine encounters an object which has not learned about it? In such a situation, the machine uses whatever it has learned about the other object. Then it tries to infer from such learning that what the newly encountered object might be. So it will act according to its previous memory, obviously. This is what is called a state of art. The machine uses its previous learning and tries to infer an outcome. So uses of artificial intelligence. What are the uses? Artificial intelligence is now being used in almost all spheres. In the field of agriculture, it has helped growth of crops. In the field of aviation, air operation divisions uses artificial intelligence to surrogate operators for combat support system and mission management, etc. Artificial intelligence has displayed a major role for the development of computer science. It can also be a great asset in the classroom. An artificial intelligence tutor in the classroom would be a great help. Artificial intelligence has the best use in hospitals and medical field. Artificial neural networks are being used as clinical decision support systems for medical diagnosis. Artificial intelligence can be a great asset in the field of media, power, electronics, sensor, toys, and games. History of the artificial intelligence. During the Second World War, computer scientist Alan Turing worked to crack the Enigma code used by the German forces to send messages securely. The Hitler used the Enigma codes so to decode them. He and his team created Bombay machine, Bombe, Bombay, not the Mumbai. So friends, don't confuse it with the Mumbai. It's a Bombay, like bomb, explosive. है ना? Bombay machine which used to decipher Enigma's messages. The Enigma and Bombay machine acted as the seeds of machine learning. So from here, we initiated this concept of artificial intelligence. Alan Turing recognized a machine to be intelligent if it could converse with the humans without the human being able to know what it is a machine, that it is a machine or not. So the term artificial intelligence was first adopted at the Dartmouth conference in the year 1956, organized by computer scientist John McCarthy. After the conference, this topic became popular and lot of research were done about it in the year 1951. Franti Mark 1, a machine used an algorithm to master checkers. General problem solver algorithm was developed by Newell and Simon in order to solve mathematical problems. John McCarthy also developed the LISP programming language, which was considered important in machine learning. During late 1960s, focus was made on machine vision learning and developing machine learning in robots. The first intelligent humanoid robot was built in Japan in the year 1972. From the middle of the 1970 to middle of 1990, there was a shortage of funding for artificial intelligence research, so these years are known as the artificial intelligence winters. With the coming of late 1990s, artificial intelligence again became a major topic of research. Funds were provided for its research. Corporations and government started using machine learning method in narrow domains. The present generation is using artificial intelligence in almost all spheres, and the future of generation would be artificial intelligence generation. However, such vast use of artificial intelligence system can also pose various challenges to the generation. To be specific, conflicts between artificial intelligence and intellectual property rights would definitely arise and are bound to arise. So what's the solution? According to the Article 2, Clause 7 of the Convention Stabilizing the World Intellectual Property Organization (WIPO), Geneva, Switzerland, situated. Intellectual property rights include rights relating to literary, artistic, scientific works, performances of artists, phonograms, and the broadcast. Invention in all fields of human endeavor, scientific discoveries, industrial designs, trademarks, protection against unfair competitions, all right, which is an outcome of intellectual ability, the intellectual activity. So, are you getting me? Anything which is the creation of mind, where some application of mind is done. In simple words, intellectual property rights are the right which govern the creations of human minds. For something to be an intellectual property, it is necessary to be a creation of the human mind according to the trade-related aspects of intellectual property right, TRIPS, which we famously know as the abbreviated form. The following are the intellectual property rights: copyright and related right of traders in their trademarks, right of manufacturer and producers on geographical indications, right of designers, patents, right of computer technologists, right of businessmen for protection of undisclosed information on technology and management, conflict between artificial intelligence and intellectual property right. This is the main legal issue, which we will dealing with. The development of artificial intelligence has resulted in conflict between the artificial intelligence and intellectual property law. Artificial intelligence can be of two types. They are strong artificial intelligence, which require innovative thinking and logical reasoning abilities, and the weak artificial intelligence, which merely creates a program tailored to the narrow function required. In case of weak artificial intelligence, a human has full control over the machine, whereas in case of strong artificial intelligence, machine thinks for itself and the human has less control over it. The era of artificial intelligence has brought into light whether the output of such machine are due to its own intelligence or due to the commands of the human. The Turing test solved this problem. According to the test, the users conversed with the machine only by text, and they suggested whether it was like a human conversation or not. The World Intellectual Property Organization (WIPO), as I told earlier, Geneva, situated Switzerland, accepted the existence of artificial intelligence and classified into three categories. They are the expert system, perception system, and natural language system. Expert system contain programs which solve problems relating to special fields of knowledge. Perception system allow a computer to perceive the world with the sense of sight, of hearing. Natural language program understand the meaning of words. It requires a dictionary database. Legal risks associated with the intellectual property and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence system are being used in tech, automobile, transportation, energy, chemicals, and various other companies. Artificial intelligence is being used in the ocean in order to detect problems with underwater oil well. It is also being used to match paint codes, coating composition. It is to be realized that such systems have now touched almost all the spheres of human life. The day is not far when the intellectual property protection and enforcement issues would arise. The human race needs to get prepared about such issues by making uniform legal provisions about it. Artificial intelligence and copyright. Copyright is the right to produce, reproduce, and do certain act regarding original literary, artistic, dramatical, and musical works, cinematographic film, sound recordings. The Basic object of copyright is to encourage authors and composers to create original work and to grant them protection from the infringement of copyright. Technological progress has given rise to piracy, and copyright has come forward to protect. Artificial intelligence is able to produce literary works, thus creates the existence of copyright in the area of artificial intelligence. In the case of Varro Gill's lithographic company versus Cerrone, which was decided by US Supreme Court in the 1884, granting copyright protection to a product which is the result of machine was discussed. The court held that purely mechanical labor is per se not creative. The court made the scope of protection of the copyright narrow. In the context of this case, granting of copyright for the works of artificial intelligence would be difficult. In the case of further development occurred in Wallenstein versus Donaldson Lithography Company. Again, Wallenstein versus Donaldson Lithography Company, which was decided in the year 1903 by the US Supreme Court. The court distinguished between human work and artificial work. Justice Holmes, the famous judge, US judge, writing for the majority, delineated the uniqueness of human personality and stipulated the same as a prerequisite for a copyright. The court made its stance clear by using word something irreducible, which is one man's alone, which meant that there was no scope for anything that was not a product of man's creativity, right? So then further, in the broader view were adopted by the court in case of Alfred Well Company versus Catalda Fine Arts Incorporation. It held that the work to be original must not be copied from any other artistic work of similar character. All these cases have helped in determining copyright protection in case of copyright. However, it does not give a clear picture regarding the issue. The National Commission on the New Technologies uses of copyright works stated that the development of artificial intelligence with the capacity of creating an independent work is theoretical and not practical. So, it the Office of Technology Assessment, in short OTA, also dealt with this issue in the year 1986. According to the Office of Technology Assessment, artificial intelligence should be considered as legitimate co-authors. So they wanted to give them the co-authorship of copyright works. Critics say artificial intelligence being granted protection opines that a machine lacks creativity due to its nature to act according to the instruction given or rules made. The reason behind this opinion is that a creativity is the ability to do unpredictable, that is not following the unusual routine, right? But machines always follow a fixed routine. So in their perception they think this way. There are various issues relating to the grant of copyright protection to artificial intelligence. If a copyright protection is granted to works of artificial intelligence, who gets such protection is a matter of argument. Law requires legal personhood to provide rights. Artificial intelligence lacks legal personhood. So copyright protection cannot be provided unless it is granted to its creator on its behalf. Criminal liability of an artificial intelligence is also a matter of controversy. The creator has to be criminally liable on behalf of the artificial intelligence without any mensory or actus reus. So a strict liability concept will be applied. Artificial intelligence patent. Patent is an exclusive right that is granted to a person who has invented something that is new and useful. So to be allowed to get a patent in your favor, the it can be completely new article or improvement of an existing article. The ingredients of patent are novelty, inventive step, and still use, without which no patent can be granted. Artificial intelligence can, and in India, the patent with the international, uh, in compliance with the international agreement, the patent limit is 20 years. Earlier, it was 14 years. Apart from food and drugs patent, the term of patent has been increased and extended to 20 years by the amendment of 2002. Right? So, artificial intelligence can make invention by the help of human instructions. US patent law defines an invention as an individual or a set of individuals who have invented the product. Although inventions by artificial intelligence have not been mentioned in the law, European Union encourages the nations to expand the ambit of their laws and include works produced by computers and other machines that are copyrightable. Along with copyright protection, patents should also be granted to inventions made by artificial intelligence. The devices European Parliamentary Committee has noted how, in a matter of a couple of decades, artificial intelligence system could surpass human intelligence in terms of performing functions which uncontrolled could pose challenges as to the manner in which these artificial intelligence systems control and manage their own destiny. Advanced technology have given machines the power to function without human intervention. Such advanced technology may result in machine producing new invention. As a result, the need to protect such inventions would arise. An invention, in order to be patentable, should satisfy three criteria: that novelty, inventive step, and industrial application. As I told earlier, novelty means it should be different from the existing prior art. In case of artificial intelligence, not having any access to prior art is difficult, as it would definitely need some access to prior art. The reason behind this is the somehow human fed machine. The reason behind this is that it is somehow human fed machine, right? So if the novelty is questionable and not a confirmed thing, inventive step can definitely be questioned. Novelty and inventive step are important attributes for an invention to be patentable. If these two are lacking, granting patent would be difficult. However, industrial application can be possible. Invention can be proved useful in the industry. However, only industrial application without novelty and inventive step cannot make the invention patentable. Complete newness with reference to artificial intelligence is hard to achieve, as it requires some level of human interference. The technology has to be even more advanced so that the novelty required is satisfied and the machine is able to function without prior art. So, in case of Bliss versus Capos, which were decided by the US Supreme Court in the year 2010, the court has denied patents to programs simply because what they perform is mechanical rather than inventive. So, this is the main issue. Artificial intelligence would definitely develop more and more in future. Situations would arise where the protection under the copyright and patent would come into picture. So a detailed guideline or framework relating to the issue must be made. The invention and literary works created by artificial intelligence must be provided legal protection. So some suggestions: patent and copyright protection for works by artificial intelligence should be provided in the form of collaboration. Works by artificial intelligence as a result of human interference and the machine. As a result, a collaboration patent of copyright protection should be granted. By this process, the human effort as well as the artificial intelligence is valued. So, artificial intelligence system must be recognized. Artificial intelligence is in existence in almost all the parts of the world, but all the countries do not recognize their existence. United States, New Zealand, and the England highly recognize the existence of artificial intelligence system, but all the countries do not. There should be international platform or organization to globally recognize them. There should be more and more international conferences and seminars to provide attention to the existence and growth of artificial intelligence system. Detailed guidelines regarding the granting of patent and copyright to the artificial intelligence system should be framed. It would be better if such guidelines are framed at an international level and properly implemented in all the countries, as happens most of the time in the intellectual property right laws. When, as we are the treaty nation, most of the nations who recognize the treaties, so they bring their laws in conformity with the international agreements, uh, as laid down in our article 253. So it's open to the states. There should be an international body with the participation of all the nations, and they should take decisions regarding granting of patents and copyright to artificial intelligence. Criminal liability in case of inventions made by artificial intelligence is a controversial matter. It means if any legal wrong happens due to the work of artificial intelligence, who would be held liable? This issue should be solved by framing guidelines for the same. Then, to conclude, technology has been advancing day by day, and the human race is making efforts every day to make life easier. This generation is witnessing a great dependence of humans on machines. They are not able to do without machines. Machines have become a part and parcel of life. We cannot imagine life without them. Artificial intelligence occupies a special position among machines. Such systems make invention which cannot be made by the work of human independently possible. It has become an asset for almost all fields. On one hand, artificial intelligence is a boon for the society, but on the other hand, question arises whether the human race is ready for such level of technological advancement. Merely creating an artificial intelligence system won't do. This inventions by them should be granted protection. The literary works should be given copyright protection. Who should be granted such protection, the system or the creator, is also a controversial matter. Fixing the criminal liabilities should also be done properly. Laws should be framed regarding artificial intelligence, the protection of the inventions and the works done by them. The state of artificial intelligence with reference to intellectual property rights is presently not clear. Acknowledgement of the works of such system is a blessing, but its implementation is an issue. Laws regarding the artificial intelligence have a lot of loopholes and require improvements, as this concept is not a fixed topic which has reached the final goals, but still is in its infancy. Without option, it's the future, so we must know. So thank you so much, dear friends. Kindly try to explore it more. If anything you want to suggest, kindly comment. Thank you so much.